On Friday, May 10th, I went to see the Pennsylvania Academy's 2024 annual student exhibition. It's another very exciting show. If I made any mistakes in this movie, I apologize in advance. Let me rephrase. For all the mistakes I undoubtedly have made in this movie, I apologize. This has been a very tumultuous year in the Academy's long history. On January 10th, 2024, PAFA President Eric Pryor posted a letter on pafaforward.org. I recommend that you go and read it in its entirety, but as we look at the work of graduating BFA students, I'll read you some key excerpts. He wrote, "Today I have news to share that requires us to work together through a challenging but necessary transition. The higher education environment has become increasingly complicated by rising costs, expanding requirements, and dwindling enrollment. Colleges and universities in our own region and across the country are struggling with these trends. PAFA, unfortunately, is no exception. Despite our best efforts to address these challenges, we have determined that the only path forward is to wind down our BFA and MFA programs. Juniors, seniors, and all MFA students on track to graduate in either 2024 or 2025 will be able to do so as planned. In many ways, the decision to end these degree-granting programs presents PAFA with an opportunity to return to our roots, arts education for the life cycle of the artist. PAFA, at its heart, is a community of artists and art lovers, and we will not waver from our commitment to American art, its creation, appreciation, and stewardship." This idea of PAFA returning to its roots gives a glimmer of hope to the many of us alumni who yearn for the comeback of something like the 4-year certificate program, which had been in place until the bachelor's degree was introduced in 2013. But the what and the when are still very much to be determined. In his March 24th piece in the Philadelphia Inquirer, Peter Dobrin writes, "The school has revealed little about what the educational programs of the future will be. Asked whether it will resemble the 4-year sequential comprehensive curriculum, Pryor said the certificate program is an evolving discussion, yet one guided by a resolute and realistic focus." Peter Dobrin wanted to know when this potential certificate program would begin. He wrote, "In January, Pryor said the program would begin this fall. Now, however, the plan is to launch it in the fall of 2025 at the earliest." It's now almost June and we still don't know what's going to happen. I'm a lugubrious soul, but enough of my melancholy. Let's celebrate this BFA class, the next to last one to graduate from the Academy. I am 71 and was educated at a number of well-regarded schools, including Andover and UNC Chapel Hill. But the Pennsylvania Academy was hands down the best educational experience I ever had. It changed my life. So if I seem to wear my heart on my sleeve as far as PAFA's future goes, that's why. I do not envy Eric Pryor and PAFA's board. The challenges facing the Academy are daunting, and there's no shortage of opinions about what should become of the school. You might think of me as a pompous windbag, and you wouldn't be wrong. But I do have a perspective based on a lot of lived experience as a PAFA grad and artist, as a teacher for 30 years at a failed art school, and as a documentarian of artists. So maybe some of my ideas are worth checking out. If you want to learn more about my specific ideas, Google my video, Can PAFA's Past Guide It into the Future? I talked to one new graduate who had all the resolve and happiness I associate with Academy students.
I just finished out my bachelor's in painting, so this is the second to last year of the degree granting program.
And so what's next?
I am going to be in Philly, and I'm going to continue to make work and live here and try and make it as best as I can.
Because it's hard to keep a good depressive up, I'm going to read the saddest part of Eric Pryor's letter. For first-year students and sophomores, instruction in the BFA programs will conclude at the end of the current academic year. For these 37 students, we will create personalized transfer plans to a range of local and well-regarded schools with whom we have made agreements so that students can complete their arts degrees with minimal disruption. On the bottom floor of the Hamilton building, these never-to-graduate students were given an opportunity to show what they could do after only 1 or 2 years of training. I went down there and met an incredibly talented sculptor and his attractive female companion. So you're Elijah Smith?
Yes.
Girlfriend?
No, Mom.
My mom.
And what year are you?
A second year student, so I'm getting the boot, getting kicked out.
Explain.
They're shutting down the BFA program, so the people who are third years now will get their final year next year, but first and second years won't get to get their degree.
Why don't you ask to skip a grade?
Well, we tried a lot of stuff, but they don't seem to budge, so.
Okay, and so what are you going to do? Your work, by the way, is fantastic. It's really
Thanks.
beautiful.
I'm going to take a gap year and kind of bum off the school and use the shops and then try to go somewhere next year.
So what's your ultimate verdict on the Pennsylvania Academy of the Fine Arts? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
It was awesome. And now it's over. Feel free to play with the blocks if you
By the way, your equanimity in the face of what's happening speaks well for your future as an artist. You can get kicked in the balls and it doesn't really hurt, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, gone numb.
As the mother, tell me what you think about your son's experience.
Oh, I think it's really sad. Yeah, it's been very sad for us as parents because he's been very happy and I felt he was getting a really good education. A lot of art academies have gone under. I just think it's a bad combination of everybody wanted to get accredited to be colleges, and I mean COVID and the economy shifted and what people are doing has shifted, and it was just the perfect storm for so many of these academies.
Mm.
But I think it's very sad because
Yeah.
they're very special, and the Big Ten schools and stuff, it's not the same. You know, you don't get mentorship always that you can get in
Right.
a place like this. I just hope that they can continue on some level.
Really good luck to both of you. Thanks.
Thank you.
And I really did think your mother was your girlfriend at first. Now let's look at some work by other promising first and second year students whose talent is undeniable. I'll always consider you my fellow Academy alumni. All the best. And when you have your first solo show, reach out to me on Facebook, John R. Thornton. Maybe I can make a free movie for you. I look at the work of these students and realize that some things never change. The amount I learned from my first 2 years at the Academy was astonishing. And to be completely honest, I learned almost as much from my classmates as I did from my teachers. Art is a calling, not a job. The Academy welcomes those who hear that call and initiates them into the community of artists. It's been said that the Academy has an unbroken line going back to 1805. My fervent hope is that that line will hold. Now let's head upstairs and check out the work by those who just happily received their MFA degrees. One of the things I'm going to miss most about the master's program is the incredible aesthetic variety. A ton of different voices, each one speaking with great expression.
I make artwork based on fables of myself, so I'm taking popular folklore characters and different tropes of animals and inserting them into the narrative of my own life.
You have a little bit of a Judy Garland vibe going on with those ruby slippers.
That was intentional. I wanted to do a little bit of Dorothy today, yes.
Okay. What? And you just got your master's?
Yep, just got my master's in fine arts today.
Was your academy experience good?
My academy experience was very good. The faculty definitely made it. I wouldn't be making anything I was making if it weren't for them.
All right, well, all the best.
Tabernacle for the 21st century. So I was thinking about how we merge maybe a modern understanding of God with our modern understanding of general relativity, how it describes the force of gravity by bending space-time.
I'm Annie Thompson. I'm an MFA student at PAFA, originally from Florida, but I moved up here to study at the Academy. I am a representational painter who paints from life. I love to do self-portraiture, but I found a modern way to do that with still lifes and invented landscapes. So,
they're beautiful.
thank you.
Was your academy experience pretty good?
Amazing. I moved up here to study under certain professors such as Scott Noel, and I definitely got that instruction and have changed so much as a painter and as a person.
My installation called Bodily Autonomy. They're just discussing barriers to access to trans healthcare in America and coming up with community space that offers both intense discourse on how to access DIY surgical options for bodily autonomy, but also considers body modification as play and liberation.
Hi, I'm Casey Miller, and I'm graduating from PAFA with a Master in Fine Arts.
They're very cool, beautiful. Where are you going next?
I'm getting a studio in Manayunk, and I'm going to keep painting.
Excellent. Your daddy's art. Is it good? I think so too.
John Luca, MFA, Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts. Oldest guy in the graduating class.
Is that true?
Yeah, who's going to be older than me in the class? I'm the oldest guy.
How old are you?
67.
What is your feeling about the academy?
Well, I loved it. For me, it was amazing. It wasn't always easy. And, it's going through a challenging time. I hope that it continues in a beautiful form into the future. What that's going to look like, I don't think anyone knows really right now. So
anyway,
but
as long as it can keep producing good, John Lucas.
There you go.
Very nice.
All right, Sean. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
At the heart of what has made the Academy work is its plethora of prizes. Cash, art supplies, trips abroad. Gather talented students, dangle prizes before them, and then enjoy the fruits of their competition. What's your name and who is this stoner dude?
My name is Nick Yurkonis. This is a woodblock print. His name is Jesse, a character that I developed and put on a pine board and then carved away and made I would think, a beautiful print out of it. So.
It is indeed. Congratulations. You're just graduating?
I'll graduate next year.
Okay.
So, but I get to be honored in the gallery, which is really nice.
Because you got a prize?
Yep.
Excellent. It's really nice.
Thank you.
Nick also won the Cecilia Beau Portrait Prize, which incidentally I won 44 years ago. Did you do it the old-fashioned way with a mirror?
I did, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I sat in front of a mirror for, I'd say, 30 hours. And I titled it 1,000-Yard Stare because after a while, I was so sick of looking at myself that I just lost all expression. So...
We have undoubtedly seen some prize-winning works already in this movie, but here are some more. What made so many past generations of Academy students love the place was a pretty simple formula. Hire faculty who have very high levels of skill in making very well-crafted art. For a couple years, teach students the basics of art, especially figure drawing. Then, for a couple more years, encourage the heck out of them as they try to find their own voices. This approach worked, and it attracted incredibly talented students. Elijah Smith is one. Here's work he did before turning to abstraction. One of his teachers told me his energy level and leadership skills are extraordinary. Elijah loved the academy and benefited greatly from the academy, so it breaks my heart that he won't finish his education there. If I were to write a mission statement for the academy, it would be, do whatever it takes to attract students like Elijah and then give them what they deserve. Just give them what you gave me and my classmates back in the day.